Oh, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another vlog. It is Tuesday, September 17th. Yes, September 17th. I'm sitting here in my room. Feel like I need something else. Hang on. There we go. Just needed something cool in the background, I think. Just took a shower. I'm just sitting on the floor, just relaxing. My cat sees the lights and is like, "What is happening? What is it, Mer?" So yeah, I don't really have a ton to really talk about. I think I might start renaming these vlogs. I know I've got them as like podcast vlogs and stuff. I think the goal was to get all three of us to like make videos of like our day to day. My cat is there we go. He doesn't know how to feel. But the other guys don't really seem to be as like interested, or they just feel like there isn't a whole lot for them to really like talk about. So, and I realized that this is just kind of a thing that I really enjoy doing, and I thought that was pretty cool. So now I'm just here talking to you guys. I got I'll show you guys my new tattoo that I got. I'll tell you the story behind it too. There it is. So it's an umbrella, the 13. It's healing pretty good. It was part of a Friday the 13th flash sale at a local tattoo shop. So that was this past Friday. So I got off work and I went to the shop right after my shift, and I was meeting Jen there, and we stood outside, and we thought, so we had friends that came through earlier from Winchester, and they waited, I think they said like 2 hours, but they were also a lot closer than we were. When we got there, they were a lot closer. We were a little farther up the sidewalk. So I got there. She showed up about 10 minutes later, brought some food. We hung out, and there was this cool dude behind us. We were talking to him for a bit, and there was this couple in front of us. They were pretty cool. We got to learn about them, and like where they were from, and I just talked to them, and that was really cool. Jen's really good at making friends in lines. I'm usually kind of like a keep to myself sort of person, unless people like start talking to me. I've gotten better as I've gotten older. I'm not as like introverted as I used to be. So yeah, so we sat with them and talked, and I feel like this is kind of distracting now. I also feel bad because if anybody's got like, you know, sensory things, this could cause like a seizure. I guess if this is too much for you, you can stop. But I mean, I kind of like it. It won't be in every video, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just put it there. See my cat. I don't know. Sure this works. There it is. So yeah, we were talking to them for a while, and we were like slowly kind of moving on. There was like this family in front of us. They were really funny. They were being super crazy. One of the kids kept yelling, "I'm tired, Grandpa," and then they would all just go, "Well, that's too damn bad." And which of course is a Holes reference. If you didn't know, if you're too young or haven't seen Holes, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but you should go watch Holes. So yeah, we got there like 7:15, close to 7:30 almost. We didn't get into the shop until 1 a.m. So we waited. By the time Jen and I ended up in the chair, it had been bang on about like 6 hours. And but the guys were so cool. So they were tattooing from like 11 a.m. that day till what was supposed to be midnight the next day. But because there were still so many of us, they said fuck it, and they just kept going. So Jen and I got tattooed about 1 something in the morning, and then we grabbed some sheets, and then we headed home. We were in bed by like 2. I don't think I fell asleep until like 3 something. Thankfully, I didn't have to work the next day, so I slept a good while. So that was cool. There are a lot of designs to pick through and everything, and I went with the umbrella mostly because there was also like a dislocated eye that I thought was super cool. But I was like, if I get that, I kind of want it to be a little more gory, a little more bloody. So I was like, I think I'm gonna go with the umbrella. So I did, and I'm really happy I did. It's so cool. It's in the itchy phase now, which is my least favorite phase, because all I want to do is scratch it and rip off the scabs, because I am a scab picker. So, but that was such a cool experience to have, because if people saw us, and I know people saw us, it looks like we're lined up for like Black Friday or something, or like what are these people doing outside at 1 something in the morning after like so late. And it was just such a cool experience. The people online were so cool. They all had really good vibes, and the artists, my God, the artists were heroes. We got in there and they were like, and I was talking to one guy and that tattooed me, and he actually knew my GM from work. He's his tattoo artist, and so we kind of bonded over that, and he was super cool. He's like, dude, thank you so much for like waiting for as long as you did. And I'm like, you're the fucking hero, dude. Like, I don't know how you guys were tattooing for so long. So by the next day, they had made a post and that they'd done their last tattoo at 4:45 in the morning, and that the photo that they had taken was at 5 a.m. So these guys tattooed a good 18 hours. That's fucking crazy. But we're getting another Black Friday in December, and they're doing it again. So you bet your ass I'm going. So if you guys are in the area, look up Burnside Tattoo in Hagerstown. And if you want in on that, highly recommend it. It was such a cool experience. I already told Jen, I was like, I'm ready to do it again. Let's go. We'll be a little bit more prepared this time. Standing kind of sucked, but I think it was a lot better than sitting. So I don't feel too bad about that. So yeah, have some of this water. I think I also put this up because I think in the last vlog I said we were going to go see the new Beetlejuice movie, and we did. It was on the same day. We went to Spirit, which was in the last vlog, and it was when we were in that like tunnel and stuff. So we went to Spirit first. We were checking stuff out, and then we met up with Jen's best friend and her niece, and we went to see Beetlejuice, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I think Jen and I both agreed that the ending was a little wasn't what we were kind of expecting or really looking for, but I really, other than that, have nothing bad to say about it. It was a fun movie, and it's not like the first movie is like a masterpiece or nothing. Like, don't come at me for it. Like, it's a fun movie, and I think that's all you can really go for with a movie like this. So, yep, thoroughly enjoyed that. We would love to watch it again. Jen sent me a link today telling me that Deadpool and Wolverine are going to be on Disney Plus October 1st. And I'm losing my fucking mind because I saw that movie 5 times in theaters. No, 4 times, I'm sorry. I wanted to see it 5, but I think it's still in theaters. I actually just bought our tickets for Joker, Folie à Deux. I think I said that right. But I'm very excited for that. So, like, lots of cool movie stuff happening. I know Agatha Harkness, or Agatha All Along comes out tomorrow, the 2-episode season premiere. We're stoked about that. We are big Marvel DC fans. You guys follow all this stuff. Big comic book fan, and so I'm very excited. Super stoked. So I mean, I feel like if I'm going to talk about like podcast stuff or title these like podcast vlogs, I feel like I need to be giving like podcast advice, I guess. I mean, I do have the experience. We've been doing our thing. We've been doing this podcast, Those Not So Super Dudes, going on 7 years. October 17th will be our 7-year anniversary since we released the very first episode, which I don't even know if you can find now. We released it on an app called Castbox.fm. I'm gonna have to see if it's on there, because I would love to go back and listen to those episodes and just see how they differ from like now. So it was like me and Alec, and then eventually Chris joined up a couple years later, and so we've been doing the damn thing. So it officially makes Chris's 5-year anniversary with us. It might have already passed, actually, because I feel like it was like early summer when Chris joined up in 2019, I want to say 2018. I think it's 2019. And yeah, Chris, if you see this, let me know when you joined up, dude, because I know it was like a year or two after we started this thing. So sorry, I didn't do anything with my beard, showered, and then I just sat down to do this. So so if you're starting a podcast, if you're doing a podcast, a lot of people have super fancy equipment, which is great. It makes it sound better. I mean, the better equipment, the better the show and everything, for the most part. The better sounding, the better quality, the engineering and stuff is going to be top notch. But you want to make sure your content is pretty good. So I mean, I don't really, I don't know. Let's put it this way. If you guys have questions about starting a podcast or, if anything about podcasting at all, leave a comment. Let's talk. Let me give you some advice if I can. If you need ideas for stuff to talk about, if you are trying to do something like different from what everybody else is doing, I think that's great. And I'm happy to help. I really enjoy talking about podcasting and stuff, and I think I did a panel once back in 2018, I believe, with Josh Berkey of Victims and Villains and Chris. Oh my god, I forgot his last name. Lunzer? Fuck, I forgot. The Long Coat Mafia podcast. And we did like a panel at our local Comic-Con called 4State, and people kind of asked questions, and we just kind of like talked. And I mean, I only had a couple years of experience, and I know Victims is actually only like a year older than us, and I know he's kind of like one of the OG like podcasters in the area, and I guess we kind of are too. We've been doing this a long time, and I know the podcasting existed before us and everything, but I feel like there's a lot more now than there was when we started. So I think it's pretty cool that we get to be part of that and all that cool stuff. So yeah, guys, any advice, throw it in the comments. I've been watching. Another thing I really liked about My Umbrella was we've been watching a lot of Umbrella Academy. We're actually 2 episodes. We have 2 episodes left of the last season, and I'm really excited to see the last of it. But I'm sad it's ending, and we've really loved this show. So, and I bought volume 1 of the comic book years ago, and I just read it for the first time yesterday, and it's amazing. It's so great. If you guys are not watching Umbrella Academy or reading Umbrella Academy, read and watch Umbrella Academy. Seriously, it is so much fun. It's such a good time. So definitely want to talk about that on the podcast at some point. I'm trying to get Alec and Chris to watch it, and maybe once we finish watching it, get Jen to come on and talk about it. I messaged my sister and my brother's fiance, and they both were very intrigued by it. So I think at some point they're going to start it. So yeah, I've been rambling for a long time, guys. I'm very sorry. It's just kind of, it was really cool because talking about Umbrella Academy, I fell into like this rabbit hole yesterday. We've been watching a lot of Umbrella Academy like interviews, and I do that sometimes. I can't tell you how many Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman interviews and stuff I watched in preparation for Deadpool and Wolverine. Just the stuff you learn about, like, not just the show, but the actors and like who they are and the stuff they like and shit like that. So I found out that Adrian Gallagher, who plays Five in the show, has his own like YouTube channel. He does music, he does his own like vlogs. It was really cool to watch because he's about to be 21. He's gonna be 21 tomorrow. I found that out just looking up stuff, and fuck, this kid is like 10 years and 7 months younger than me. That's fucking crazy. But he's fun to watch, and like is nice to listen to. When he talks about like music and stuff, and he talks about how like sometimes it's hard to like start a vlog, and it like you feel kind of nervous, you don't really know what to talk about, and I can relate. And I know I was like that for a while when I started podcasting, and now it's just second nature. Now I don't even think that much about it. Like Jen, when she started with me, she felt ridiculous, and you do at times, and I do too. Like, I know you shouldn't care about what other people think, but sometimes you can't help it, and you do. And I mean, I don't want to care what other people think, and a lot of times I don't, but it is a little awkward at times to have your phone like held up in front of you while you're like talking to the camera, and I like just talking to you guys, I guess, or even just myself. Like this is kind of become a way for me to just get out my thoughts and just, I don't know, tell stories to whoever wants to hear, whoever cares. There probably aren't many of you, and that's okay. But the ones that do, I appreciate the hell out of you. Oh, there's another kitty. There's Momo. What are we doing, Momo? So yeah. But it was really cool to listen to him talk about that, and just watch him have fun. Like, I love being behind the camera. I love shooting things. I love filming. There's not a lot for me to film right now. I'm finishing up the rewrites for my short film that I'm hoping we can probably shoot next year once we get everybody back on board and we make sure everything's set and we get our locations and all that fun shit. So I'll be excited to direct that whole thing, but now I'm kind of just directing this and just talking to you. Cats are playing now. So yeah, that's kind of all I really wanted to talk about right now. I'm sure I'll have some other stuff, but I've kind of rambled for like 20 minutes. This is fucking crazy. I apologize, as I think this is the longest video I've recorded, and I just hope you guys like it. So yeah, if you guys have podcast advice, throw that down there in the comments. I'll throw a link to Adrian's YouTube as well if you guys are interested in checking that out. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, day, whatever it is you're doing. I think I'm just going to be making random vlogs of just the silly shit that I'm doing. Sometimes it'll be stuff like this, just a straightforward like one day vlog. Other times it'll probably be what I've been doing, and it's been like compilation vlogs of just random stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more crazy crazy stuff, I guess. Fun things. I think for me, it's harder for me to end a video than it is to start one. I think I can come up with like an easy, like fun, stupid thing to like start a video. Ending is hard. Like Jen gets on me for like our podcast episodes. She's just like, you just keep talking. Like, I have to make sure all the things are said that people know, and now I'm doing it here where I've rambled for more than I need to. Okay, guys. Thank you guys so much. I'll talk to you next time.